Michigan State dominates Maryland at 91-48 in a game that is second in history when it comes to winning margin for Michigan State. Michigan State just absolutely dominated Maryland in this one. This was a game that from the get-go, it truly was not competitive. It did at one point get down to 10 points, but that was more of like Michigan State kind of putting in a little bit of a lineup that basically gave them a little bit of adversity. Didn't play very well. I think gave up like an 8-0 run to give Maryland kind of a little bit back into the game. But that was the closest this game ever got because Maryland was not able to get anything going offensively. Michigan State just absolutely stifling defense. And it truly starts out with a guy in Cohen Carr and Carson Cooper. I thought they were both really great defensively. I thought Carson Cooper just continues to be kind of the guy in the back end that just does whatever he needs to do. He is really good when it comes to ball screens. He's really good steals. Like I think he had 3 steals in this game, 8 rebounds. This defense just absolutely shut down Maryland. Maryland wasn't able to do anything. Maryland's best player in David Coit had only 11 points in this one. That's the one thing about Maryland is when Maryland plays well, which I don't think this is a good team whatsoever. When Maryland plays well, David's the type of player that can get you 20, 30 points. But there's 2 different types of David. There's this David where she gets you like 11 points, somewhere around 15 points, not efficient whatsoever. If he is efficient, he can obviously score a lot of points. And in this one, Michigan State did a very, very good job on him. You have to give full-on credit to the guard defense, Divine Uguchukwu, Jeremy Fears. You also have to give a ton of credit to Denim Wojcik. I thought Denim Wojcik at some points in this game when he was playing very, very good defense. This is just a defense that is the number 1 defense in KenPom. This is a defense that, again, holds another team under 60 points. This is a defense that just plays for each other. This is a defense that flies around, gets rebounds, pushes, and this is just a team that solely is just thriving on defense. And not only that, but also allowed Michigan State to get into a little bit of what they do, and that is defend, rebound, run. Michigan State was absolutely fantastic in this game. You talk about total rebounds. Michigan State out-rebounded Maryland by 13 points. You talk about just transition buckets. Michigan State was able to get those whenever they truly wanted. Michigan State also did a good job of taking care of the ball, 7 turnovers. Michigan State attacked Maryland in the paint. 38 points in the paint. Michigan State did exactly what they needed to do in this game. MSU came out fast. They played very physical. MSU didn't even give Maryland a chance at this point. And this was a really, really nice game for multiple different reasons. The first reason is I thought this is the best game we've seen Jackson Kohler play in at least the last couple of games. Coming into this game, Jackson Kohler's been really struggling. Scoring, defensive side of the ball, rebounding. When I say struggling, like comparatively to what he has been doing, I'm not saying he's playing like awful, but like these last 2 games, he hasn't been great compared to what he has been. Jackson Kohler in this one, 11.8 rebounds. That's exactly what the type of player Jackson Kohler has been throughout this year. He's a guy that's going to be right around a double-double every single game. You saw Michigan State go to him early and go to him often. He had the first bucket of the game. Michigan State, first play of the game for the most part. Throw it down to Jackson Kohler, let him go to work. He got a rebound. He was able to put it back up. Really just kind of wanted to see him getting going a little bit, which I think was a really, really smart move from Coach Izzo and the coaching staff and the players. Number 2, I thought Cohen Carr played very well in this game. 14 points. 2 of those were absolutely monster alley-oop dunks. I just really like what I'm seeing from Cohen Carr. Defensively, offensively, he's hitting more shots. I would have loved to see him rebound a little bit more in this game. Only 3 rebounds, which has been kind of around his average, like 3, 4, 5. I thought last game he was a little bit better of attacking the defensive glass. I don't know why this one was different, but at the same time, he only played 21 minutes, right? Like Michigan State, the most amount of minutes a player played in this one was 25 minutes in Jeremy Fears. And speaking of Jeremy Fears, I think this might have been the best Jeremy Fears game we've seen. And I don't even think it's relatively close. 17 points, 17 assists, 2 rebounds in 25 minutes. Jeremy Fears, in 25 minutes, was 3 assists away from tying Mateen Cleaves' record. And when Mateen did that, I believe he scored like 8 points. Like it was mostly assists. And Jeremy only played 25 minutes. Jeremy was absolutely impeccable this game. Like Jeremy Fears deserves a ton of credit. Jeremy Fears this year has been so good, so consistent for the most part, that he truly is taking over this team. And he took over this team in this game. Jeremy Fears just continues to do what Tom Izzo needs him to do. And that's score, that's assist. Jeremy Fears is becoming a complete point guard. And I think the biggest part of Jeremy's game that a lot of people were wondering about going into this year was, can Jeremy take that next step when it comes to scoring? I don't think anyone has ever questioned how good of a passer he is. I think he's the best passer in the country. I truly do. And I think he's going to break the record for assists when his career is over if he makes another 2 more years at Michigan State. I don't think anyone questioned his defense. His defense was great. His defense continues to be great. He continues to be a leader of this team. Jeremy Fears in this game was one of the most fun point guard performances I have ever seen. Like that ball was like a string on his head. Like he did not make very many mistakes. He was finding his guys open. He was making great labs to Cohen Carr. Jeremy Fears was just absolutely fantastic, and he deserves that in itself. Like Jeremy Fears, I'm just blown away at this point. 17-17, you do not see that happen very often. And I know yesterday in college basketball, there was a ton of players that had like 40 points, 30 points, right? But like the way Jeremy Fears played yesterday, I know it was against a bad Maryland team. I know it was a game that they won by 43, but like just what he did in the game was just so impressive to me. And he just continues to get better. He continues to play well. And Jeremy Fears is obviously a big part of what this Michigan State team has done successfully and did yesterday. Cam Ward played 20 minutes, 8 points. I thought he was really good in this game. Jordan Scott also pitched in 8.17 minutes. Kurt Tang hit a couple of shots in this one. Jesse McCulloch hit a 3. Carson Cooper. I didn't even specifically mention this. I should have when I was talking about Carson Cooper. Carson Cooper hit his first career 3 at Michigan State. Like the development and really the growth that we've seen from Carson Cooper since arriving to Michigan State has just been absolutely unheard of, like at other colleges, right? Like this is a story of a kid that was a B team IMG Academy player, didn't have very many offers whatsoever, and now he's doing this. He's doing 14 points, 8 rebounds, made his first career 3. Now, Tom Izzo was asked about that after the game and basically said that, like, hey, it really truly depends on, like, the score if Carson Cooper's going to have, like, the green light. But, like, off the hand, it looked really good. Like, we've seen Carson Cooper take that mid-range to a little bit further jumper, and it's looked good. I know that Leo last episode talked a little bit about like having him like step out a little bit more, or at least that's specifically something that he has said to me. And we saw that, and it looked good. It was a trailing 3. Michigan State shot pretty well from 3 in this game. Shot 47.4% on 19 attempts. That's pretty stinking good. Shot 60% from the field. Now, again, it's Maryland. This is not a Maryland team that's very good. This is not a good Maryland offense. This is a team that you could do whatever you truly wanted to do against them. But at the end of the day, when you win by 43 and you are favored by 17, not only what does that do for obviously confidence, it does a lot for confidence. I don't think MSU truly needs to have that confidence, but also does a lot with metrics as well. You talk about KenPom. We've talked about KenPom before. Michigan State #1 defensively. KenPom going into after this weekend, number 6 for MSU in the entire country. Now, obviously, MSU offensively has to be better. They're not great ranked offensively according to KenPom. But what this does is it helps you in the metrics. And I know Tom Izzo doesn't necessarily love like all the statistics, doesn't all like the metrics and everything. He obviously pays attention to them, and those things are important, like the plus minus. He's not someone that truly like believes in that, and that's something that he truly cares about. He cares more about like what he sees from his players and his eyesight. And obviously, as a Hall of Famer, I think you trust him a little bit more. But truly, in this game, this was one of the most dominant performances I've seen Michigan State had in a really long time, or like ever. Michigan State, that crowd was absolutely spectacular. It was a really cold, windy, snowy day, and that whole Breslin was absolutely packed. Like, it was just a great game. Michigan State gave Maryland absolutely no shot whatsoever and got out to a quick start, and that defense was absolutely sprinting around and making players like Darius Adams, David Coit, Elijah Sanders, making those guys not play very well. And that's a big reason why Michigan State won by 43. But yeah, really, really good win for Michigan State. Great performances from Jeremy Fears. Great performances from Coen Carr. Great performances from Carson Cooper. Truly, I think almost everyone played pretty well in this game, and that's what happens. Defensively, offensively, rebound. Michigan State did exactly what Tom Izzo preaches, that is defend, rebound, run. And that's a big reason why they have a ton of confidence and was able to get this win. Headed into Rutgers and then to face Michigan at home later this week. But yeah, no, thank you for everyone for tuning in. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode. If you did, feel free to leave a like, subscribe, comment, all that kind of stuff. Tune in for the Rutgers recap, and then we'll preview Michigan and do a little bit of recap about Michigan later this week.